You know, hot dogs are the American dream. Everyone in the world loves hot dogs. Let me tell you why I like hot dogs, because as a kid growing up in Monroe, Connecticut, small town, there were no chain restaurants, no Burger Kings, no McDonald's. They didn't exist. So as a kid, my dad would take the family down to the local hot dog stand, which happened to be called Ligori's. When I went to Ligori's and I tasted that natural casing pork and beef hot dog, I was hooked, and I knew I'd love hot dogs forever. Throughout my entire life, I became a fireman, an EMT, a policeman, but most of all, what I liked best was feeding people. How can you have a bad day when you're feeding someone? When someone smiles with the food that you're eating, that's what it's all about. When I moved to Colorado in 1978, there were no hot dog stands. I kept looking at all the grocery stores for the natural casing hot dogs that were in our grocery stores back east, and I couldn't find them. So one day, I was at a doctor's office appointment, and I walked downstairs and saw someone with a hot dog cart selling hot dogs. I called up my wife, Linda, and I said, honey, we're doing hot dogs. And instead of having a little hot dog cart, I kind of went big. I wanted a hot dog truck. The food truck craze right now is unbelievable, but when we bought our food truck, there weren't any food trucks in Denver. We only worked a couple days a week on the hot dog truck, and we'd constantly get people calling my cell phone because the number was on the side of the truck. Hey Steve, where can we get one of those hot dogs? We're craving one of those hot dogs. We realized we really had something because people were trying to seek us out. So we thought what we really need to do is we need to find a permanent location. And we kept driving by this abandoned gas station here on Colfax and Monroe Street. I'm from Monroe, Connecticut. And when I moved to Boulder in 1978, I lived on Monroe Drive. So when I found this station on Monroe and Colfax, I thought, omen, omen, this has got to be the place. So the sign was still up that said for rent. I called him and he said, the deal that we had here fell through. What this was going to be was another check cashing place. And you know what? We certainly don't need another check cashing place on Colfax. And so now our adventure began. It took us about 6 months to be able to open, because remember, this was an old gas station that had some pumps and there was a gas spill underneath that was being cleaned up. What you see here now at Steve's, I built here. All that was here was 2 end caps and a big overhang. And the rest we had to put in all kinds of pipes underground and bring in all the kitchen equipment. And it was quite an undertaking, but making people happy is what it's all about, especially with food. When we started building out, the first thing that went up was our sign that says Steve Snappin' Dogs. I'd have people call me saying, Steve, our dogs aren't mean. They don't snap. Will you be able to take care of them for us? People are thinking that we had a dog grooming thing or something. So we had to really educate people what an East Coast style hot dog was. It's the only Thuman's hot dog this side of the Mississippi, and we import these weekly from New Jersey. This is exactly the hot dog that I grew up eating as a kid. It's a combination of pork and beef in a natural casing. It's got no fillers, no MSG, it's certified gluten-free, and it's got a smoky flavor that snaps every time you bite it. Hence the name Steve Snappin' Dogs. It's a premium quality product that helped us win Best Hot Dogs 6 years in a row. When you walk into Steve's, the first thing we do is we give you a sample. We give you a sample of everything. We have our Dallas dog, the Jersey dog. We have the Denver burrito dog. So there's the Coney dog and the Dallas dog. We have the Atlanta slaw dog. We also have the California dog. We have vegetarian. We have gluten-free. We have kids meals. We have shakes, malts. Our smash burger had the cover of 5280 magazine. We have fresh squeezed lemonades and limeades. We even have our own beer made by a local brewery called the Bull and Bush. It's Steve Snappin' Ales. It's a beer that's paired to our hot dogs on our chili. It's a light golden ale that's infused with a little roasted red and green cherry peppers that's paired with the chili and the dogs. It tastes great. My feeling is if I can get my food in your mouth, I got you hooked. We are very fortunate to have been chosen by the city of Denver as the first gourmet hot dog RFP to represent Colorado at Denver International Airport, the 5th largest airport, because of what I did here on Colfax is really an unbelievable and a heartfelt great feeling for my wife Linda and I. Colfax is a very interesting street. You know, 40,000 cars a day drive up and down Colfax. That's an amazing amount of traffic. Colfax has quite a history, and what's happening now is just an amazing transformation. There are other businesses coming here. We've got a Sprouts Market, we've got a Heidi's Deli across the street, and the sky is the limit. I am so proud to be a catalyst and to be part of it, and I hope to be here for a very, very long time.